And here's my collection of Romantic Times magazine. I have them in these 4 boxes, starting from the older ones. I have one newspaper issue from 1986 that I showed in a previous video. And then there's my next oldest issue, also from 1986. So I showed these ones previously, all the ones that are in this box. I got up to issue number 132 in the previous video that I uploaded in September 2020. So that's 120, 131, and 132. So this is where I left off in my older video. So you can see I have all those, and then this box, which isn't totally full, and some of those magazines that are sticking out at the end aren't Romantic Times. They're romance related though. So let's look at all these ones that I didn't get to in my previous video. You know, if you want to see the earlier ones, just go back and look at that video from September 2020. And I'll have a link to that previous video in the description below. And before we get to the Romantic Times issues, I'm going to show some of those non-Romantic Times issues that I mentioned. And Romantic Times is probably biggest competitor, if you want to call them that. They were a little more small time. Was Affaire de Coeur or Soeur. I don't know how to pronounce it. I probably should have looked it up before I started this video on how to exactly pronounce its title. But I believe it's still running in some form. So it's still in business. But I'm not as big a fan of Affaire de Coeur because it's not as not as exciting. They have some of the same type of features. They'll have ads. They'll have a author profile type of thing where an author writes about their story. But I don't think there was like a big letters page or anything like that. Here's a thing of Frances Ray talking about her latest book and so on. And there's lots of reviews and all that. So this is an example of an issue of Affaire de Coeur, and it's the from 1992. As you see, there's not too many photos in here. There's just those standard author photos. There's no like convention photos or anything like that. But lots of reviews. Of course, these days you can get like that on, Goodreads or internet. And there's that. All right. Here's another magazine called Inside Romance, A Guide to the Genre. And this is from January 1992. So presumably December 91, January 92. And there's no real back cover there. And let's see. Doesn't tell me too much here about the date or anything or much about it. But there's the contents page of Inside Romance. Mary Jo Putney, Mary Bloch, or however her name is pronounced. Here's letters. I think so. This was probably a way of trying to compete with Romantic Times. But again, it was way more small time. Romantic Times was a magazine that not only, the industry paid attention to, but readers paid attention to. It was available on the magazine stands at bookstores and so forth. There's a Mary Jo Putney article. Nina Beaumont. The Romance Writers video. Some of the writers that were on this. about, I guess, how to become a romance writer. And again, very similar in a sense to what's this Mary Balloch talking about? Oh no, it's somebody else talking about Mary Balloch, but it says that it all started with Georgette Hare. Anyways, interesting. Another Christmas. Thing about Low Swept. And it doesn't seem too exciting. There's similar content to Romantic Times, but just sort of a lack of excitement about it, at least in my opinion. Here's a Writer's Digest that has a magazine, which is long-running, magazine for people who want to be published. And here's the thing it has about Jude Devereux, a romance writer. Let's see what page that's on, 22. Romantic Encounters. There's just the beginning of the article. There's a picture of Jude Devereux under books. Don't overdo the sex. Romance novels are not sex novels. Don't rate dinosaurs. Oh. Start the book in the middle of the action. Anyway, interesting. All right, and then finally here of the non-Romantic Times issues I got is Woman Summer Stories 93. I think it's kind of warped a little since it was in that box where it was sort of sliding around. But Harlequin ad, a thing from the editor. Table of contents page. Is that Jackie Collins? Louanne Rice. Sue Grafton. Susan Isaacs. Judith McNaught. Laverell Spencer. Mary Higgins Clark. Anyways, about Anne Rice there. Yeah, that is Jackie Collins. All right. Reader survey. All right, now we'll take a look at the Romantic Times issues.